news bullshit.
Step right up, got tickets on sale. In today's episode, trains coming off the rails. Watch it all burn from the screen on your phone. But don't you worry about it, you're safe at home. Every talking head will tell you everything's fine. It's the blind leading the blind. Yeah, it's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that is the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on. Well, the world's strongest man just dropped the ball, and the tent's caving in from the weight of it all. Yeah, the lion's out the cage, puppets in a rage, and the ringleader's on parade. It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that is the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on.
Come on! Witness the greatest show on earth! Ignore the flame!
It's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that is the truth. Get your popcorn ready and pour you something strong. If the world's still spinning, the shit show goes on.
Da-na-na-na. Howdy. Happy Wednesday. Sorry I'm a day late. You know how it goes. Life. However, today's proceedings pushed me onto YouTube. I don't know what to say. I feel like my audio's messed up. I messed with it for a bit, but finally gave up and just said, you know what, I'm going to do it. For one, it's cranking in my ears. I can only keep one side on my actual ear because it just blows me out if I have both sides in. So, sad day. I think probably the worst of it is that how's his family ever going to get away from these videos? If I had to see that kind of stuff every day, or I don't care if it was once a year, of my own husband, or my dad, that, or my son, or any of that, that would be more than I could probably take. So I guess if there was a good reason to be scrubbing the internet, it would be to probably get rid of those videos. In all reality, I've posted my fair share of them, mainly because I think people really need to have that shock value of, do you understand what's going on? I mean, most of us that are in our right mind wouldn't consider doing something like that. I mean, short of messing with your family or something. So yeah. Anyways, Mishka got here first. Even though it's a sad day, we're still giving out the boob. And Kaya came in right behind her. And Mr. Shedder and Niels and AMC and Troy. Long time no see, Troy. It is sad to hear it. I know it. I feel for them babies big time. I know Mama will get through it. She will. But those poor little kids, damn. Hey, machinist. Good to see you. So yeah, I knew it was going to be a little solemn tonight, but you know, I think that it's definitely. I think people just needed to be able to talk about it, and so that was kind of one of the things I thought. You know what? Maybe we should do a live. I feel like I needed to talk about it. Yeah, I think I don't know when the limit is. I mean, how much do we continue to put up with before we don't? Not trying to encourage anything, but you're welcome anyways. Yeah, he was 31. That's my youngest son's age. Right? That I'd never seen him be bad, like even rude. He always just pointed out the facts and went with it. He never ever tried to offend anybody. He never, I mean, he even tried to kind of use filters more so than the rest of us probably do. He could articulate very well and get his point across. And I don't know who's going to fill those shoes, I have to tell you. We have kids that they've got to be talked with about this. And I'm not sure who's going to do that. Hey, Georgia Peach. How are you, honey? Right? I'm so with you. I'm a big baby when it comes to stuff like this. But I'm going to make it through it without being a ball baby or any of that. And we're just going to talk about it. Mr. Andy? Yes, Andy. Definitely praying for his wife and kids and his parents. He was 31. I mean, he'd done. Don't leave, Joey. Why are you leaving? Are we making you cry too? Sorry. Not meaning to. We're not going to cry. Well, maybe we will. We probably will. I can't say that we're not gonna, but I'm glad to see you're here, Joey. He's half your age, right? Oh. Hey, T. How are you? It is a totally sad day. I agree, honey. Yep, he's still breathing. They could have just, dealt with it, right? I don't know if they've actually found him, but I just don't understand how when people course, I know it was a matter of seconds. People seen him on the building, and then, seconds later, the shot rang out. But I know, Joey. I know his kids are only 3 and 2. Oh, your youngest is 32. Yeah, those babies are really, really young. Oh, I know he would probably say, I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. I wouldn't change a thing. But man, how many more can we lose? Yeah, my baby is 31. My oldest is 36. I'm 39 though. Don't you worry about the math. We're just gonna roll with it. I think the timing of it was a bit sickening as well. Your oldest is 39? Oh, my age, Joey. Well, I definitely think it's time to, I mean, they can't keep doing this, and they can't blame it on guns. No, we're not falling for it. You can write an equation to explain my age. Good. Thank you, Andy. I'm going to need that in writing, please. Hmm. Yeah, I think about those people that were watching the guy that was up on the roof. Sorry. Not sorry. Full said I don't have to say I'm sorry. Hey, Ma. Exactly. Always. But you gotta wonder, um, I know just for me thinking about it and knowing what they were seeing and what they were thinking. I mean, he was saying it as he was videoing it. If you listen to the video, he talks about, gosh, what did he say? I think I still have it on Twitter. There it is. Okay. Let's watch. Not that we all haven't seen all of this 500 times. Oh, shoot. I do the whole thing and then push cancel. Share. Okay. Let's see. So I don't know if somebody hasn't seen this, and I can't make it any bigger. I know that's the only time you'll ever hear me say that, but anyways, let's watch.
Getting right up.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying?
Huh.
He just ran from over, where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in. And now he's right there. Just saying, just getting right up.
Laying down
Yeah.
in a prone position.
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying?
Huh.
He just ran from over, where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in. And now he's right there. Just saying, just.
All right, let me go to the other one. So this one here, this is at the top of the roof where you can actually see the guy running. Oh, no, sorry, that's the wrong one. Damn it. That's the one where the goober. Everybody else got down, but not that one. Like, I don't know. I guess he felt like it was his lucky day. You hear shots, you get down and you get out of there as fast as you possibly can. You never hang out to find out what the hell is going on. Just saying, don't do that. Okay, I'm going to show you this one. This one's harder to see it, and then I'll show you another one that's a little easier. You see him move? You can actually see it. Let me see if I can slow this baby down. Oh, fuck. No, I want to download it. Okay. You can see him go across there. Slow this beach down. Okay. So watch the distance between where it's standing. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here. So he's going to go this way, and you can see the distance close in. At first, I was like, oh, I don't know. Is that like a exhaust fan or something up there? I don't know. At first, I wasn't quite sure. But then as you watch, you'll see the distance close in between this person and the edge of this building. See, the distance gets way less. Right there. So he's running, and I think you can see the rifle. Oh, it's just gut wrenching. So I have a better one. See if I can locate it. Maybe that was it. That might have been it. Yeah, so freaky. So far that's the most that I actually, I mean, once I seen Charlie and seen it actually happen, and they were saying the whole thing of he's stable but critical. I was like, yeah, bullshit. He ain't stable. Stable at what? I mean, just from what I seen, he had already lost too much blood the minute. Just what I seen him lose in the second that I seen him. There was just no way. You could tell they hit the jugular or main artery, something. I don't think it was a pro gun guy either. I think, well, no, wait. I do think it was I think it was somebody that had experience. I don't necessarily think they had to be a pro, but most people don't just get up there their first time and take off a round like that and hit their target with one shot. It just doesn't normally happen like that. Yep. No recovery from that. That's why when they were like, oh, he's stable but critical, it was like, why are you saying that? We know better. Yeah, I don't know. They talk about, I do believe that we do need to get our mental hospitals back up. And these people, they need to be locked away. I mean, I'm sorry, but you, there's no place for the crazies to go except crazy in the middle of the street for whatever reason. Well, he's not a pro, but he's shot, Joey. That's what I'm saying. I mean, let me just put it this way. I ain't going out anywhere and hitting a pop can on the first shot at 600 yards. I ain't doing that at 300 yards. So, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. You know as well as I do, the whole shaking and all of that comes into play when you're getting ready to do something, when you're getting ready to make a shot like that. So, there's a lot that comes into play. This guy to hit like that on the first shot, no more needed, done. Yeah, he all the bad things run through my head. Hey, Kim. Well, thanks. I'm kind of glad we came live. Just because, if no more than, I mean, I figured everybody else needed to vent about it too, but I knew I did. Yeah, there is no tourniquet in that. Nope. Mm-mm. It's very, very, very disheartening to know this is kind of where we're headed. I mean, when do we say enough is enough? And if we do say enough is enough, how do we go about that? Like, is this where we say, okay, it's, Bobby, hi, sir. How are ya? Right? Exactly, Bobby. We can hear. We'll burn this bitch to the ground if we have to. I should drop the link. I'm sure people would love to come up and talk. I have to figure out which button that is. Now that it's all pictures and no words, I have to decipher what they are. And I've almost left the studio a time or two on accident. Let's see. Paste. There we go. We'll pin it to win it. Okay. Hey, Sherry. How are you, darling? I'm not saying he had a nut shot. Qualify for an expert 40. Ain't no pro. Really. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he is. I'd like to see what he is. I mean, I wished he'd not be a coward and just go ahead and show us who he is. It'd be a little easier. I agree. I totally agree, Mac. You don't have a microphone or a camera set up yet? I'll be back soon. Whole transformation happening over here. Bobby, I thought you already had it set up. And you have your phone. What's wrong with it? You can come up here and do your 20-minute Bobby rant. Miss you too, darling. Yes, the time to tolerate. And the bullshit is over. I agree. I think that we've all been pretty patient for the last, I don't know, 50 years. What's up, Build Up? How are you? Right? I mean, let's not let Charlie's name go. Let's not let his death go in vain by all means. I'm not inciting violence, but I am saying enough is enough. Right? Well, I don't know. I'm surprised at how much they've let go on YouTube and Facebook. It was the actual shot. I mean, like, the half a second afterwards when you see everything go everywhere. Facebook showed an actual, I think it was Yank that posted it. I was surprised that, right, machinist? I don't think they're gonna knock you out, Bobby. I think Facebook seems to be okay with it for now, but who knows? This is this minute. Right now, I do know that, Zuckerfucker's been licking Trump's leg like no tomorrow. I mean, Christ almighty, they sat around and licked prime rib here the other night together, so. Along with Google's on all the slum bags. Yeah, I definitely think that we're, I don't know. I think we definitely need to make a stand. This is where, the left has gone too far. And here's as far as I'm going to say, if you encourage it, you've gone too far. Those people that they got on Twitter right now that are all happy about Charlie's death and all the thing, I think that, I'm sorry, but that right there, that's inciting violence, and they should be held accountable. Just like we're held accountable if we do something that's inciting violence. You're right, Kim. There was no stable. I agree. I was kind of annoyed that they went on with the whole, oh, well, he's stable but critical. No, he's not. Well, I can tell you that I didn't imagine that it was going to take me to tears like it did. Like I'm watching it and tears are streaming down my face. And about that time, Fools texts me a video. And I didn't watch the video at first because I thought it was the same videos I'd been watching. It was not. Because I wasn't on Twitter, I was on YouTube. And let me tell you, that was, I think about his family that has to see that. This is already going to be extremely traumatizing. I know the kids aren't going to know anything about this, the details till way later on in life, but there's still going to be pictures and explanations and things that those kids should never have to visualize. I agree. Well, and that's because they hit that jugular. As soon as they hit that jugular, it was just like that cluttered artery or whatever. Cluttered. Yeah, whatever that word is. I can't say it for some reason tonight. It's just not going. But you know what I mean. That was it. It's that main artery, and it was not. It does kind of me too. I remember the Challenger too. I was only I was pretty young. Corroded. Correct. I can't. I ain't gonna say it anyways. I just ain't gonna do it. It makes my tongue like and it looks like a pretzel. Hey, Oli. How are you, darling? Holy mo. Okay, I won't. Gotta be in the right mood for it. Was his kids right there? I didn't think they were right there. Oh, that's just gonna make me sick. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. It doesn't say. It does say that they were there. I'm hoping for their sake. I don't know. They had to go to the bathroom. They needed food, something. Um, sorry, I need to read your guys'. Hey, son, honey. Well, it does seem a little strange, Bobby. Um, the way it happened. I mean, up on the roof, roof, whatever that word is, the top of the building. Not surprised at all, Bobby. Our parents were from political section. Yeah. Look at his video. Okay, I'll look. Talk me into it. Is it on Twitter or on YouTube? Oh, Lord. Wow. White House. Hey, Gary. How are you? Yeah. Let's just quickly watch this. Let's listen to what Trump has to say. Oh, Lordy.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory. May God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Imagine that, a president of this country that actually cares about Americans.
Yeah, right. Amazing. How are you, Niels?
Doing good, doing good. This really, when this first came out this morning, I was like, what?
I know.
And then just a few hours later, when they pronounced him, and I was like, oh my gosh. I never expected 2025 to be the year of political assassinations. This shit needs to stop. And I think the time for talk is over. The time for talk is over. Everyone's seen Maxine Waters and others. Hey, you need to get in their face, and you need to start breaking stuff, and it's done. And start holding those accountable for that political rhetoric on the left. They need to do it.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of pissed off Americans out there.
And I think it's time to start making examples of a few of them. And I mean that if the law would do their job and set forth some, examples,
Yep.
they wouldn't be so quick to do this. They wouldn't be so quick to sign up for it, because I'll guarantee you this is I'm sure this is deep state. I'm sure this goes way deeper than some dude just going crazy. I have a feeling this was. I mean, how do you realize that all the work that they go through when they, he's got pretty good bodyguards and security. I'm sure they go do a shakedown of all the area just like they would for, say, Trump or whatever. Of course, it's not Secret Service doing it, but he still has great security. You've seen that. There must have been 9 guys that laid on that dude. That's just right there. That's not saying anything about the ones that are out in the crowd or, on the buildings,
Yeah. Hey, Josh, I think there's still a pizza in there. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see a lot of, and I know tomorrow's 9/11, but I see a lot of action going on tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, I mean, he's on. I said right after they pronounced him dead and they found out what was going on that they're drafting plans in the White House right now.
Yeah.
And of course, some of the far left people that were screaming after the moment of silence in the House chambers.
Something's going to change.
Oh, it's going to change.
They're not going to get away with killing Kirk.
No, they're not. They're not. And that's the thing. And the ones that were like, well, I'm sorry. It's kind of hard when you say I'm sorry to a dead person. It doesn't matter then.
Yeah, it's a little hard to say sorry to his family.
Their idea is to keep us from going to civil war, and they fuck it.
Yeah, he was a centrist who intentionally went into liberal, not just liberal schools, liberal areas and stuff, or those with opposing views, to create a constructive dialogue to help make a better America, to find that common ground. And they assassinated him for it.
It's fucking bullshit. I watched it every day and I have for years.
Yeah, and then this is the final straw, man. I think this is the flashpoint in America.
Having conversation, you can't even talk anymore.
Yeah.
If you have even conversation now, you die.
Yep, he was assassinated for exercising his First Amendment right for the betterment of the country.
Yeah, I definitely think we've got I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want justice, and they're going to want it right away. I'm not so certain that a trial is going to be what people are looking for. I hate to say it. I have a feeling that, and it might be needed. I hate to say it like that, but I don't know what else. I don't know how much more people are supposed to put up with before they try.
Yeah, they try to blame January 6th and all this other stuff for the reason for this attack, and it's like no, and politicians will say rhetoric and stuff like that, but never once has Trump called and said, "You need to revolt. You need to rebel right now." And everybody say, "Well, no, he said this on Twitter and this stuff like that." He was pissed off at the results for January 6th, yeah, but he never told those people, go to the Capitol, storm the Capitol. Never once did he say it.
No, and he was fine with everybody going to the Capitol and protesting legally. He was that was exactly what he wanted people to do. That's what their right to do that. And he never encouraged violence. He was never once did he even say anything about, I want you to once you get the point across, or make your heard, or
you're 100% correct. But and of course, after he got elected and on Inauguration Day, you had those on the left saying, hey, break stuff, protest, riot, get in their face, blah blah blah, and they need to be held accountable for that rhetoric that causes violent incidents like this. And I think when you start holding them accountable, like you said, and lock them up. And it's like, hey, you have your freedom of expression, your freedom of assembly, and your freedom of speech. But servile insurrection is different. And there's actually federal laws against that.
Yep.
And there has been since the Civil War.
I just think that, there is going to be a time that I just don't know how much nicer people are going to be. Remember, these are the people that believe in all of their rights, and I don't know how much more you expect these people to stay patient and swallow the excuses that we keep getting for what's going on. I mean, we still the whole thing with Trump and that whole attempt, that was just nuts. And I still feel like it never really got worked out, you know.
Did you notice something after that? You never saw anybody on the left screaming about gun control after he was shot.
Mm-hmm.
Not one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But even with the teenagers and stuff, the whole incident in Colorado that happened today as well, at the same time Charlie was shot, they think that, and this is weird, they think that they shot themselves. They weren't killed. They were listed in critical condition. But yeah, there's evidence coming out now saying they did it to themselves. There's 5 teenagers.
That's crazy. I did hear
Yeah.
something about it, but I was too into what was going on with Charlie to even. It's just one of those things that knocks you for a loop. You never expect it's going to.
Yeah, I agree.
And I do have to say, it's like anyway said, it's a lot like the whole Challenger thing, or maybe it was Bobby. One of them said something about it being like when the Challenger blew up. It was the same way. I mean, a lot of people were watching, and the next thing you know, it was in pieces. And I mean, people were in shock, and kind of like when Diana was killed in the car accident. Same thing. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a shock to a lot of people.
Yeah, and there will be, as they say here in Appalachia, there will be a reckoning. I guarantee you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody is gonna. They're gonna want to see what's, you know, they're gonna want some justice, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. But that's the scariest part about all of this is when, like my son said, when you start silencing those that are exercising their First Amendment right, like that, just assassinating someone who wasn't spitting out rhetoric. You know, he was trying to create constructive dialogue. That is dangerous in this country.
Yep. Well, and do you know how many people that they weren't saying, "Oh, it's your fault" or anything, but they were saying, like it was an excuse, like, "Well, this is not okay, but here's why they did it. Here's why they did it, because he always, you know, he always put it out there. He always wanted, you know, well, one of them said he always wanted the argument. Well, he didn't really want an argument. He just wanted to get what he believed was the truth, the facts out. I mean, I feel like, and I think he did a pretty good job of all that.
Yeah, he did, and he was very respectful about it too. And I'm glad you hit on that point, because there was a very famous American journalist in 1955 named Walter Lippmann. I don't know if many people studied Walt Lippmann, but one of his best quotes was, "The problem is when what is right or wrong depends on what each individual feels, then we are outside the bounds of civilization."
Yeah.
But when you can't speak your piece in America for fear of being assassinated, or inciting some type of revolution just so your ideals can be met, that's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Wars start because of things like that.
Yep.
And America's been in a state of apathy for a long time.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't know. I can't predict or forecast what's going to happen after this, but I know it's not going to be good for the Democratic Party that's already hemorrhaging, and for those that have been on X and other platforms and stuff, inciting violence and things like that. And you've seen it in LA. Chicago and everywhere else lately. So yeah, Bobby, he did. He bridged the gap with dialogue.
Yep. Well, and I think there were a lot of kids that just believed so much to the leftist way, but once they heard actual information and facts, he kind of woke a lot of them up that, I mean, I seen lots of interviews where the kids, you could kind of see light bulbs go off in their head like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that. So, I mean, and I think that was kind of the whole point, was just to educate these kids so they could make, a good informed decision.
Yeah, instead of being indoctrinated, like open
Yes.
your minds a little bit. That's the whole reason that you're at a university, is to open up your mind and learn and stuff, and outside and even question what you're taught.
Mm-hmm.
He was a huge advocate for that.
Mm-hmm.
And he would tell many kids, hey, and adults as well, if you don't believe me, go look it up, go research it.
Yep. Yeah, I gotta say, I really hope that his kids went to the bathroom for the moment or whatever. I know they were there during the, but
Yeah, his wife and kids, yeah.
because there'd be no time to shade them from it. There'd be no way to shield them. Just like there was no way to shield anybody else that was sitting there videoing them, and there was no time to move away. My son did bring up a point. There was one video that he watched and he sent it to me, and he's like, look, it was like this kid pulled his camera up seconds before the shot rang out.
Oh yeah, then there was a guy in the aviator glasses and the brown shirt, kind
Uh-huh.
of standing at the interview position, and he raised his hand up and it happened, and then he ended up jumping the fence, and they wondered if that was security because he ran over to Charlie.
Yeah. Yep, I seen that, Jaron. There is quite a few posts that were suggesting that it was planned, and I mean, you just never know. And I hate, at this point, I am sorry, and I don't apologize. Actually, I take that back, because I don't apologize anymore for questioning every single thing that goes on in this world. I question it all because we've been lied to so much and they make things. I mean, there were so many things that we have believed and then come to find out it was fake. And I'm sorry, I just can't believe none of it.
Yeah.
COVID was probably one of my biggest wake up calls with COVID. For me, that was huge. They lied all the way through it.
COVID, Benghazi. I mean, when you have a CIA station chief that lies to the crew.
The moon.
The moon, yeah.
Let's be serious.
The moon's a projector. I've heard that shit. Oh, what the fuck is wrong with people? And then you got kids arguing the gender of a potato. A potato. It's like, are you kidding me? A potato has an extra chromosome than a human, so it's more special than all of us anyways.
I do question. I mean, I totally question the whole going to the moon thing. I don't believe we went. I don't question it. I know goddamn well we didn't go. But it is amazing to me when so many facts have been. I mean, there was a 6-hour documentary on it. I mean, and it was not just somebody talking shit. It was actually a documentary that pulled up fact after fact after fact and showed why it was totally fake. And people will still, even after watching that, they'll go, no, I still think it's. How do you do? I don't know how you can do that. If you are an independent thinker, I don't know how you couldn't question so many things regarding the moon. I don't. And I know some people, they choose not to, or for whatever reason, but at this point I am all about, I question everything. I don't care what it is.
That's how you learn, though.
Well, it's also how I protect myself, because now you can't trust anything. I mean, look at all the shit that's been lied to, that we've been lied to about. I mean, there's no way you can trust any of it. They
Well, I
tell
got
you things like, that we're the government, we're here to help. Well, we all know that's bullshit.
well, I've got some really, really good news for you. Because you remember how the end of July I said something big's going to go down in October.
Yes.
So everyone knows that the Fed Reserve has their monthly meeting this month. Modog's I've seen this too. So I was sitting there crunching the numbers that they've released from the U.S. Bureau of Statistics, the Labor Bureau, and everything. So basically, we're in a slow spiral of a hybrid economic collapse that is coupled with the 1974 collapse after the oil embargo and the 2008 housing market collapse. So it's going to happen. So the Fed, and of course Trump's been all over the Fed. You need to cut the rates. You need to cut the rates, and they've been fighting them. So they are going to cut the rates for the next 3 months. That's the rumor right now from the inside. But if they cut the rates, that risks reigniting inflation, because right now we're in stagflation. It's bad. There's no job market. Manufacturing's down 13%. Trucking companies are declaring bankruptcy. So the U.S. supply chain is collapsing as well. But if they cut,
I agree with that. I agree with that, but I think that we have a lot of investment from other corporations that are coming in that might help offset a lot of that.
yeah, but it's not going to happen in a month or 3 months. It won't happen.
Oh no! It's a year process at least. Yeah,
Yep,
I agree.
Yep. So it's going to be a slow decline over the next year and then recover from the ashes. But your health insurance is about to go up 30%. If the Fed Reserve cut the rates, they do risk reigniting inflation. It's already growing anyways. If they don't cut the rates, you're going to have a lot of businesses go bankrupt and a lot of layoffs. So it's going to be either way, it's going to be a huge struggle for a lot of people over the next year.
I'm just sick of the political games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of the political games where the left, if you get a left wing person in a position, they won't do anything a right wing person tells them to do. Absolutely nothing. And it's just sick. It's sickening. We've got a Republican president that we voted for, that we put him in office. And we've got all these people that are just totally going against everything he wants, from the first presidency all the way to this one. And now they can't go against him. So let's just kill all of his political allies. Let's just kill them. I'm sick of it. Yep. I'm tired of it. And they went to Kavanaugh's house with a rifle to kill Kavanaugh. They tried on Trump twice now. This is complete bullshit. I'm sick of it.
Well, and they just continue. I mean, it's always, well, we're working on it. Well, we're working on it. No, you're not. You ain't working on nothing.
Nobody's working on anything.
Nope,
this is some terrible shit, man. I mean, we can go all the way back to Scalise in the baseball field with the Bernie Sanders supporter who tried to kill him. Look, man, this violence is coming from the left, and it breaks my heart in the sense that these are my countrymen, and they are trying to take out people they disagree with for their words with fucking bullets and violence in every way possible. And I don't know how we fix that. So much a part of me wants to say, look, they want to play the game, they want to fuck around, let them find out. But at the same token, what stops me from being the person that stares into the void and the void stares back? I don't want to be that guy. I see what happened to that beautiful girl on the subway or whatever the hell it was. Some people say it was a bus or a light rail or whatever in Charlotte, North Carolina. And she sat down and some fucking madman killed her.
Yeah.
And everybody who was there walked away, didn't offer help, just let her fucking die. Yeah. And I say to myself, my God, where have we fallen to as a society?
Not only that, but let's just say, if the person would have been an illegal gang member here from Venezuela or whatever, and we would have tried to deport him or try to do something with him, there would have been so much outrage of, oh my God, we're not giving him his rights. Where's his rights at? Well, where was that young girl's rights at when she sat down on a freaking fucking bus just to get a ride home? Where was her right?
Agree. I agree.
I'm sick of this goddamn shit about we got to have rights. You know what? Yes, we all deserve rights, but you know what? If you're a law-abiding citizen, you deserve some rights. You're going to break a law, screw you. I don't give a shit if they break your rights. I hope the cops beat the more shit out of you out behind the fucking wood barn. In all honesty, seriously.
You know, I kind of agree. I kind of agree with you, man. But the thing is, the more you get government involved in shit, the worse it gets. I agree. You're right. The government should you know, turn around and tie its shoe and look, squirrel. Well, people handle the shit like Daniel Penny did on the subway when that crazy bastard was threatening people. Instead of trying to fucking put him in jail, we just pretend we didn't see what happened.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I live in South Florida. I live not far from Alligator Alcatraz, and I can't believe the people that have shown up there. I've driven by there. I wanted to make videos, but I just didn't. I took a ride one day and went down there, and I couldn't believe the people that were outside claiming that we were harming people's rights and not giving them due process. These fucking people aren't even our goddamn citizens, and they don't deserve the same shit we have for our people. But yet, I don't know what's happening to our country. Charlie Kirk used words and debate tactics and spoke to people, and he was killed in the most gruesome fashion as a result of speaking. So what do? Do I sit now when Maxine Waters says what she says about, if you see them at the gas station, if you see them at the restaurant, if you see them here or you see them there, you make them uncomfortable, you get in their face. Do I go after Maxine Waters now? Yeah. I mean, is that where we're at? I don't want to become the monster that I'm witnessing. However, I do realize that in the grand scheme of things, if someone is trying to fucking kill you, you need to fight with the same verve and vigor that they are doing to you. And otherwise you lose. So where are we at, America? What do we do?
You know, and that's true. I mean, you know, you don't look at this as a sport, but let's just look at it as a sport for a second. If you're losing and they're coming after you, you got to go back at them, right? You got to go back. Now, I'm not saying violence. I don't want violence. I don't want to go after nobody with violence. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want nobody to be killed. But you know something? It's time for the propaganda bullshit to stop. There's so much propaganda out there in America right now, and on both sides, but a lot more from the left, a whole lot more. Why? Because they have everything. They have MSNBC, they have CNN, they have CBS, ABC, NBC. They got every fucking peacock network out there is. And so there's so much propaganda out there that it's just propaganda. Just pure propaganda. And you see it on every freaking network because the left has had the same message for years. Just the same message. The right don't know what you're talking about. We're all ignorant and we need to all die. We just all need to die. That's pretty much their message. The right needs to die. And that's and it's getting old.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you can see video clips of prominent, and I don't really like the political party shit, but when you can see video clips, put together compilations of, you know, Maxine Waters and Nancy Pelosi and Hakeem is Eric Holder and Obama and all the saying the shit they say when we disagree with you, when they go low, we kick them in fucking all this shit. It's like, well, shit, these people are not really interested in having a conversation because their arguments don't hold up to logical scrutiny. So they want to automatically turn to violence. And, I'm sorry, but at some point we have to wake up and we have to say, look, the reality
one
is...
thing that one thing I see is just a lot of political stuff on the left out there, but also I see a lot of like Mexican flags, right? Riding down the road in the car, Mexican flags, blowing their horns and yelling, FUs to ICE and all this stuff. And then Americans standing there with them while they're waving their Mexican flag. Listen, they left Mexico to come here. If they like Mexico so much, they need to get the fuck back there. Right?
Yeah,
they need to get the fuck back. Get the fuck out of America. That's what I say. Get the hell out of here. Just go. Hell, I'll buy you a goddamn plane ticket. Hell, I'll take you down there in my car. I'll transport your ass down there. I will smuggle your ass back to Mexico. Look, you don't like it here, get the hell out. I am so sick of that bullshit. And it's time that people from the right, us, get out there with American flags and wave them and say, you know what? I'm standing with Trump. I'm standing with ICE. I'm standing with the police in this country. I'm standing behind our law enforcement and standing against friggin' crime and these gangs and the drugs on the streets, the fentanyl, the meth, the bullshit that's out there coming from overseas. I'm all for blowing them up. Hell yeah. I'm glad we blew up a couple of boats full of drugs. Hell yeah, let's blow them all up. I don't care if there's 50 people. I don't care if there's 5,000 people on it. Think the motherfucker if it's bringing fentanyl to this country.
Who was it that said, was it Rand Paul? He was pissed because Trump blew up that
I don't give a shit who's pissed.
It was like, really, dude? What the hell do you care? Well, they should have had the due process. Yeah, due process. They got it. They came.
Where was Charlie Kirk's due process today? Where was Charlie Kirk's due process today? Where was his due process? I don't remember no due process going on today from the left.
So this is how it works when they nab an illegal like that. I call them invaders. I don't like the term illegal immigrant. They're invaders. But when they get nabbed, they go before you. You're automatically awarded some human rights, but you don't have the same rights as an American citizen because you're not. So you go before an immigration judge. He has the hearing, and they either table it, extend it to another time, or right there they say you're out. And that's it. So there's people that are pissed off. Well, they didn't have a due process. They didn't have a jury. You don't get awarded a jury. You go before the immigration judge. He makes a decision. You're there or you're not. That's it. You stay or you go. And that's period. And it's there's a term for it. Shit, I can't remember. But anyways, that's the whole process. So it's not the same legal rights that are awarded to an American citizen, but you are allowed, or you are awarded basic human rights because it's allowed by international law.
I think back because Traveling Fools is a really, a really good friend of mine. We've been friends for probably close to 8 years now. And the thing about it is his wife, she came to this country the right way. It cost him a lot of money. It cost him a lot of time. It cost him a lot of effort. It cost him a lot of back and forth between her country and his country, here in America. They did it though. They did it the right way. That's what people need to understand. Is there's a right way to come to this country and there's a wrong way. If she would have came here illegally, okay, maybe she needs to be deported, but she didn't. She came here the right way. People that come here the right way, they have a place in this country. We're all, like they say, we are all immigrants. We're all immigrants in this country, but we were brought here the right way. Our families, for the most part, were brought here the right way, or along the way, somewhere got legal, right? I mean, there might have been some of our families that came here the wrong way, but along the lines, they became a legal citizen and did it the right way. And I get so tired of this. It's just old. This far left narrative that if we put somebody out of this country, we're not being very what's that word they use all the time, that We're not being compassionate to them. Yeah, it's compassionate to let them ride in a friggin' bus, stuff plumb to the rim,
Yeah.
people, and kids turning up missing, and women turning up missing, and women being raped, and kids being raped, and kids being being sold on the black market. That's all humanitarian. But when we
Yeah.
send them back, that's completely unhumanitarian. I get so tired of it.
What pissed me off is when we were in Western North Carolina last year in East Tennessee for disaster operations. I mean, from the first week after Hurricane Helene hit, and we needed help. No Red Cross, no Salvation Army, National Guard. They didn't show up for 3 weeks. And then we saw the 101st Airborne, and they said, well, we got $54 million allocated to help those people. Hell yeah. And Congress diverted that money, the radical left diverted that money to help the immigrants in New York City. You talk about a bunch of pissed off hillbillies down there, man. There was a lot of mad people. Now, that region of the United States is old-fashioned, hardcore Southern Democrat. I mean, blue all the way. And after that happened, all but 2 counties in Western North Carolina flipped red. Flipped to red. All but 2.
I was really aggravated when Ukraine, we gave enough money to Ukraine to give every man, woman, and child in Ukraine $1.3 million each. But the people in North Carolina that faced the tragedy of the hurricane and the devastating floods, we gave them $750 and told them good luck. Yep. We can give $1.3 million to every man, woman, and child in Ukraine. We give our own people $750 and tell them good luck. No, fuck you, left. Fuck you, left.
Well, that's
get out of here.
Problem, government, right? That is the initial problem. They take our money, whether that be in your paycheck, when you save money, when you earn money, when you leave money, when you spend money. They take our fucking tax money and give it to everybody else. And I don't know about where you guys live. I live in Florida. And our fucking roads suck. Our drainage sucks. Our septic sucks. Our water sucks. The fucking trash sucks. Every fucking thing we have sucks. And we pay the fucking money and it goes somewhere else.
Yeah, where's the money from all these tolls that they keep jacking up saying it's for the roads?
Exactly.
Where's that
exactly.
going?
We got bridges that have been paid for 20 years in the city I'm in, and now they want to knock them down and build new ones. So they can just keep the toll open. It's fucking insane. Yeah. Look, I don't know where we're at in this story or in this stream regarding what happened today, but I think that this shit with Charlie Kirk should be first and foremost in our thoughts and in our decision processes, that we're at fucking war, whether we declare it or not, whether we say it or not. Unfortunately, like I have a leftist that lives across the street from me. She hates everything fucking conservative. She's got blue hair, parks her fucking car wherever she wants. Her house looks like shit. And I need to start looking at this person as my fucking enemy. Not that she's gonna fucking actually hurt me.
That's really a shame that you've got to look at a fellow American as an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
But
yes, it is a shame. It is a shame, but it's a factual matter that there is a larger percentage of people than we believe that will follow a doctrine that leads to socialism, communism, collectivism, globalism, and fuck you, American people. We're just here to help extend the world's global reach. And I'm sorry, I don't. I believe in America. I believe in our citizens. I believe that we should be a sovereign country, and each individual has rights based under the Constitution that were given by God, by the fact whether you believe in God or not. We exist, therefore we have rights. They were not given to us by the government, but we have because we've had mass immigration and people from other places that believe different things, and the places that they come from, everything comes from government. So they believe that government gives you all this shit.
Yeah.
That the rights come from government. and they don't. They come from the fact that you fucking exist.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
problem.
infuriated.
You know, the things that this country fought against years ago. Fought against 250 years ago. We fought against this shit and came to America to get a new start without government, no representation, no taxation without representation. All this shit, everything we did, all the people that died, all the fighting that happened, we're right back to it again. Now, all of a sudden, we've got all these people coming in, like you say, from flooding in from other countries with different views and different ways of doing things. And now all of a sudden we're stuck with people like AOC, who's coming in there, and just listen. The blood's on her hands too, on this shit.
Yeah.
Well,
so
the thing about it is the one we can't. This is kind of exactly why we can't give up. Look what Charlie just went through. I mean, he put everything on the line. Everything.
Everything.
To help the kids. He wasn't. You got to realize he wasn't going out to us. He wasn't coming to us. He was going to our youth and saying, "This is not what America was based on. This is what America was based on. This was its founding principles." That's all he was doing, pointing out the facts of what America was really stood for.
Yep.
And it's just sad. It's ridiculous.
It is. Hey,
Charlie.
Megan, how are you?
Charlie was so brave. He was so much braver than I am.
Sorry.
I actually kind of stepped away from social media because I was actually a little bit afraid of fucking some weirdos. This guy sat in the middle of the fucking lion's den and spoke the truth and was willing to have the debate and put himself out there. He had a wife, 2 children, young kids. He could have lost it all, and he did.
Yeah.
And I feel ashamed that I am not.
Yeah, he would have went. He would have went anywhere for any of our youth to talk to us. Harvard, Cambridge, Yale. It didn't matter. He would have went there. All these far left universities. He would have went there and spoke power to truth. And if they liked it, great. And if they hated it, okay, that's okay. That's how he felt. It was just great to be American. It didn't matter. That's the beauty of being American. You can love it or hate it and just go on. Yeah, and that's the beauty of America. But the beauty in America, unfortunately, is dwindling, and I hate to see it. I can remember, and I'm sure some of you can. I can remember as a kid jumping under my desk because I was afraid Russia had sent a nuclear war. We had to have all these tests. We had these drills. We had fire drills. We had nuclear drills. We had everything, right? You had all
only
this stuff.
39, but I remember.
Yeah. So it's crazy. It's crazy to think. But here's what's crazy about it. That was nothing. There wasn't no threat then. That was no threat. That was one of them things that, okay, well, yeah, we better do this just in case something would happen. Somebody accidentally launches a bomb our way. We better get ready because accidents happen. This was what's happened today. What happened to Trump? What's happened in the past? That's all deliberate. There was nothing. The things the kids have to go through today in schools for lockdowns and the lockdown drills and all that stuff. That's serious. That's very serious shit. And I'm tired of it. I don't want my kids and I don't want my grandkids. I don't want my grandkids to have to go through that. They should be in a safe, healthy environment. This is America. What the hell are we doing?
I know it.
Well, it's my belief that the America that we grew up with doesn't exist anymore. And we are longing for a time and a mindset that has been demolished. It's not real.
America's in a state of apathy right now. They lost sense of themselves, but there is a majority of people and a political party that still wants to maintain those old values and principles that the country was founded on, the same ones the founding father had. With that said, nothing would make me happier than to wake up tomorrow morning and see that AOC and Omar and Maxine Waters and the other ones that started, their rhetoric bullshit are locked up.
hang on, guys.
Yeah.
For the Australian here who is half asleep and absolutely, as you know, Nils, I spoke to you about it before, devastated for his little ones. Can you explain AOC? I know who Maxine is because you told me, Nils. Like, can you explain for the Aussie who is saturated by this down here who these people are? Because
no, nobody can explain who the fuck AOC is. Nobody can explain her.
Well, what is it, Joey? I am asking a genuine question, Joey, because until you,
I know, sweetie.
I have no idea, and I'd like to learn something so I'm not ignorant anymore. I guess is what I'm saying. If you can.
So there's a select group of far left radical representatives and senators. They call themselves the Squad at the federal level. Okay, so I couldn't remember the name earlier. I remembered it now. Yeah. That is absolutely anti-American and intent on anti-American rhetoric and movements. So, which is different than the progressive movement, but some are progressive. It's varying ideologies, but they're absolutely anti-capitalism. They're just anti-freedom. Anti-gun, things like that, and they incite dangerous rhetoric to those that oppose their views.
Yeah, you were saying that before. You said that before.
Let me tell you something I heard earlier tonight. I don't know what I was watching, but I was watching some left-wing show on YouTube. This was their response to this. Well, maybe now we can finally bring around some good gun change, some good gun laws.
Oh,
that was their answer.
How are they defining good, though, Joey? That would be
exactly. I guess good is only when the criminals have the fucking weapons, and a good person like me can't have one to defend himself.
Yes.
Right.
Hey, yes. I do want to say hey to Jaron. He just came up here a few minutes ago. So
sorry.
I wanted to say hi.
No, it's all right. I wasn't going to stay on here long anyway. I just had a few things to say, but the conversation was starting to shift away from what I was going to say anyways. So I was just listening in.
Oh, shoot, bring it back.
No, we want to hear what you have to say.
Well, I was just saying we were talking about we were mentioning and this was I guess 10 minutes ago now, but somebody on the panel was saying, there's propaganda spewing from mainly the left, but from both sides these days. And the thing that I've seen, because I live in a very small rural community in Southern Virginia, and racially, it's almost an even mix of people here. Like you would expect, I guess, the way mainstream media portrays it, small Southern towns are 99% white and everybody, thinks a certain way and everything. But it's a very unique blend of people in Southern Virginia. And I say all this to say, what has happened is we have people that are being systematically brainwashed through generations to believe that somebody, as kind-hearted as Charlie Kirk deserved to be, gunned down today. And what happens is they will use issues that were real, that people, experienced in the past, and they'll try to convince you, oh yeah, well, that thing is happening again today. It looks like this. So somebody that may have actually had a negative racial experience as a child in the 50s or 60s, because the human mind is such a tricky thing, if you tell that person, I'm just using Charlie as an example because he passed today, was murdered. If you tell somebody like that, well, hey, this person said this person thinks like this, and then they show you Charlie Kirk, and that triggers a response. And I've seen this happen. That triggers a response in people, and they think, oh my goodness, this person is a monster. This person is going to hurt me. This person is going, this person wants me dead. And they almost like I don't want to get too crazy here, but almost like, what the Nazis did, just trying to convince people that their neighbor is, evil and has to be destroyed. And once you desensitize yourself to this is another person, maybe I'm being lied to, maybe I need to do my own research, you can in your brain convince yourself that, yeah, this was justified. This person needed to die because this person was going to bring back that horrible thing that happened to me as a kid. And I've seen that happen over and over again. And because when I first heard the news today, I was, I got home around whenever it happened because I had a busy day. And I saw a special report on CBS. And I'm like, oh, my goodness, what has happened now? And then I saw they said, Charlie Kirk has been shot. And so jumped on YouTube, jumped on Twitter and everything. And I told one of my family members that. And they had never heard of him and everything. And I explained to him who he was. And then later that day, I talked to the same family member and they were like, oh, well, he was a staunch supporter of Trump. And I was just floored because I was like,
yeah,
he was a father of 2 little children under 10 from what I've seen in pictures, maybe under 5.
Under 5, I think.
And 1 of 5, yeah.
What's that? I'm sorry.
That 1 of 5 years old.
Yeah. So that is just absolutely, just because they're like, well, he was a staunch supporter of Trump. So, and that person just kind of rolled their eyes, and I was flabbergasted. I was like, have we fallen that far that because somebody has a difference of opinion from you, somebody that's nonviolent, by the way, I mean, if this was some career criminal, some pedophile or something, yeah, maybe I'd be callous today too. But somebody that their biggest, I guess, public controversy was that they got in a heated discussion with somebody at a debate or at a college campus. Like that was their biggest public offense is, sharing a difference of opinion and getting heated about it.
Is worthy of
he deserved to be shot in the throat.
Yeah.
Jaren, sorry, can I say something to that?
Yes, of course.
I live in Australia, in case you can't tell by my name and accent.
Oh yeah,
no way.
Apparently. But when you said the propaganda thing about the Nazis, I have many friends, some who have passed, who survived the Holocaust. And my mind, what you just said about how forget the fact that he has a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old who are now without a father. That one person, like I didn't know who Charlie Kirk was before today. I watched, the coverage down here. We've got rolling coverage that you guys have. I don't agree with some of what he said, but my grandfather, who fought in the Second War, had a saying that came from Winston Churchill. He said, "I may not agree with you, but I will fight to the death to defend your right for you to have your opinion." I've misquoted, but
no, I understand
you're right,
because a lot of people in America quote that too.
But what I'm saying is, I don't agree with a lot of what he says. He's a friend of Mr. Trump's. Okay, great. He's got a friend. Okay, not one I would have as a friend necessarily, but that's his thing. What I'm so upset for is now his beautiful little ones, I believe 4 and 1, correct me if I'm wrong, now are without a father because some, excuse my language, gutters, but fucking moron, no, that's too nice.
So, Megan, can I ask you a question? I'm serious. I just want to ask you a question. You don't like Trump. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about him politically, but you don't like him as a person, right?
Right, right.
So let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question, though. What is it about Trump you don't like?
I just don't like him as a person, not his politics, because I find myself agreeing with some of his policy. I don't agree with all of it. Just him as a person, I've never liked, even long before he became a politician.
His ego, I bet, rubs her wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not even that necessarily. Just maybe it is a bit. It's nothing to do with his politics. As I said, I agree. I agree with some of it, but a lot of it I don't. I
had to get past his ego when he first.
I think that I have money, I am God type complex just doesn't sit with me. And I think that's what it is. It's not him as a politician, Joey, even though I don't always agree with him. But what I'm saying is, so Charlie was a friend of his. And, you know.
Exactly. Like that was his biggest crime. He had a friend. Like,
yeah. I've got friends that a lot of people don't like. So
right. I have plenty. I'm kind of the middleman in all of my friend groups. I mean, good Lord, if they ever went to war, I'd probably get the raw end of the deal.
I think a lot of us are like that. I think a lot of us are like that.
I do have to. I had to highlight this comment because, anyways, we just
exactly.
But well, let's just understand that anyways has never said in any way, shape, or form that they like Trump. So the fact that there's an actual I give him credit credit for most of what he's done as POTUS. We're putting that in, like, I don't know. We're engraving that on a plaque with anyways song underneath it.
Now we got to get Duggar to send her a MAGA hat.
Chisel into granite. Look, I am not disgusted. I am just numb to the fact that this is happening again in your country.
I think a lot of this country today, though, maybe a lot of the left, a lot of the middle left, right? The people that are centrist, they all of a sudden went right today. Yeah, they realized,
absolutely.
Shit. They went right today. They just lost a lot of support. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, there's been a lot of talk about how George Soros has been setting up a lot of this stuff and these riots and this stuff. Okay, maybe so. Let's just say maybe so. And I don't know if anybody set this up today, but if they did, they made a huge mistake because they really underestimated the American spirit. And that is that all those left-wing people that were on their side are now going to shift. Now, the far left isn't going to. They're going to keep, they're going to stay out there throwing rocks at Teslas and burning buildings down and breaking glasses and stealing Rolexes or whatever the fuck they want to do. Bottom line. But the centrists, the little bit left-leaning people, they all of a sudden went right today. They know this is enough. Enough bullshit's enough, and it's done.
Yep.
Well, that's just like when that joke that Reagan made when he got shot, and he they wheeled him into the hospital, and he saw all the doctors and nurses, and he said, "Well, gee, I hope everybody's I hope everybody in here is a Republican," and he kind of laughed because and one of the nurses said, "Today we're all Republicans, Mr. President." The kind of feeling I have today,
Well, excuse me, not all, but most on this.
Right. I'm just saying, it just kind of shook. Something like that shakes, you to your human core, and like politics and all the stuff that we talk about and argue about. That just doesn't matter anymore when you see somebody gunned down just for talking in a supposedly free country.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that I can't wrap my head around. We are supposed to be civilized human beings. Now, I said supposedly, not always are.
But the thing is, and I said, and I'm sorry if I'm hogging the conversation, but what's crazy to me is you said we're supposed to be civilized, and I agree 100%. And I know I'm limited to what I can say on YouTube, so I'm going to try to clean this up, but it's eerie to me that this comes on the heels of the terrible, video that we all saw of the girl getting stabbed on a train in North Carolina, which is actually not too terribly far away from where I live at. That's about an hour away. So, that's eerily, was close to home too.
Yep.
And people, like you were saying, we should be civilized, and I agree. But that guy that did that, that stabbed that girl, that's when I think we're too regulated, because that guy shouldn't have been on the street. No. And he shouldn't have had the freedom to do that. And I think it's because in major cities, there's too much red tape, and there might be just a little too much, I don't want to say civilization, but a little too much leeway, you know, and maybe we do need to be a little more harsh and animalistic when it comes to people that cannot just conform to behaving normally around other people. Because, you know, and not to make light of anything, but it was this wolf documentary I watched years ago. And they said that the alpha female was just so erratic, and she was just attacking like her own pups. She was attacking her siblings. She was attacking, you know, her mate. And it got to the point where they just piled on her one day and they just killed her. And the sister actually raised her pups. And they were just like, that's a cruel kind of show of, you know, how wildlife deals with, you know, what we would call in the human world, you know, somebody that's just a career criminal, basically. But the fact that animals can regulate that better than we can, and we're supposed to be civilized, and we let somebody just continuously on the street to cause harm. But an animal with, you know, supposedly less intelligent than we are, they have a system in place where they, you know, will dispatch somebody that just cannot conform to their society.
Right.
Right.
Well,
I look at it like this. Back in the back in the 20s, 30s, and stuff. America had a love affair with someone like Capone, right?
Yeah.
Like Capone, they thought, and this was a modern day Peter Pan, right? And America had a love affair with him, even though he was a criminal, even though he was but when he was arrested and brought to justice, America stood behind that. You know, they were like, okay, yeah, he does some amazing shit, right? Yeah, okay. But guess what? You were a criminal. You need to go to prison, and that's it. America's behind. These days, today, if Al Capone was doing what he did back then, today, he would have 10,000 supporters out there with protest flags, throwing rocks at ICE.
Exactly. Not only that, Joey, all these social media followers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the deal with the Charlotte incident reminds me of the 1964 murder of Kitty Genovese.
Yes, when everyone heard it, but no one did a thing. The bystander effect, Nils. We studied that at school.
Yeah, we studied it in university.
Yep.
In psychology.
Yep. Same. Just hold that thought, Nils. I'm going to jump down, Gutters. Joey Foster, always good to see you, sir, or hear you at least. I see you, buddy. But thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm just so numb about this, and my heart breaks for his little ones. But yeah.
Thanks for coming up, Megan.
Thanks for having me, guys. Good
talking with you, Megan.
Yeah, you too, Jaren. Take care.
Take care, honey.
I'm going to get out of here too, Gutters. I do appreciate you letting me come on, but I'm getting ready to go to bed, so I just wanted to come on for a minute and voice my opinion. I'm really aggravated about today. I know America will go on, but it just feels like we took a big blow today. It feels it feels like we took a huge blow, and this was a blow to democracy. This was a blow to the American way. Capitalism, everything. It's just a huge blow. So, all right, guys, I love you, and I will see y'all later. Okay, thank you, guys.
Love you, Joey. Good for coming
Joey.
Have a good night, sir.
Good night.
Good night, Joey. Yeah, this is I mean, what happened in Minnesota? You know, with those assassinations and the attempts on the other couple. It was like, damn, man, there's some bad stuff going on in Minnesota. But when this happened today with Charlie, it's like, this is a national issue because this is the softest of politics that you could ever see, and it wasn't really politics. It was just debate about everything. So because he is associated with helping get Trump elected, that's what made it political. But it's sad that the fact that it had to come to this, and I'm just hoping that they hold those accountable, and I hope they catch this guy too, because they still haven't caught him.
And I thought they had when they showed the picture of the old man on the ground. I thought that was who it.
So the first old man they had wasn't connected. So, and like 90 minutes later, Cash Patel said, "Oh, we got him. So they took him in, law enforcement interrogated him, and released him. So apparently he wasn't either. And
wow.
He wasn't connected either. So yeah, the shooter's still out there.
That's what makes me feel like
I saw a video of another guy that was getting arrested who was a white guy, and he was wearing black pants and a white shirt with a black cap, and he had a rifle, a bolt action, on the dashboard of his vehicle, and the cops were arresting him. Now, I believe he was the second person who was suspected, and he was released. So I don't know who they're looking for now, but they've so far had 2 people, and they've released 2 people.
Yeah. Yep. Gutters, check your email. Okay. I got a picture of the shooter on the rooftop I sent to you.
Oh yeah, I put it up there once. I'll put it back up in just a minute.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Yep, that's okay.
Gutters, hello. Or Duggars, hello. What I say, Gutters? Duggar.
That's okay.
Good to see you, man.
Hey, man. Good to see everybody.
What's happening?
Very, 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 very sad day today. Charlie was an inspiration to a lot of Christians and a lot of sane people, common sense people, and to be shot by somebody leaving a wife and kids for his opinion. Never was there ever a fight around him. He never hit nobody. He never shot at nobody.
He never cussed or insulted anyone.
Never cussed or even people that just sit there and call him names and stuff. He fought them with the truth and God. I think it is a big, big, big loss to our country and Christians. God called him home. I don't know why the reason. I've asked myself that all day.
Me too.
Why would somebody shoot that lovable son of a bitch? That just breaks my freaking heart. And if they do find him, I think he should be publicly executed. I think you should bring the guillotine or good old fashioned hanging, and don't drop him, just pull him up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Utah still has a shooting squad, and I said they need automatics with 50-round drum magazines on a 12-man squad, and shoot that motherfucker till you have to put him in a shoebox.
I think North or South Carolina has a firing squad still too.
I think God's got
I need to ask a question. I need to ask a question, Mr. Duggar. This is the problem that I have with Christianity. Look, man, I'm all for it. I believe in it. It's good. It helps build more character. But yet, at the same time, the turn the other cheek shit is not a winning strategy with people who try to fucking kill you.
You got to understand, God.
Charlie has been peaceful. I'm sorry. When Charlie has been peacefully debating other people, and they literally say he should fucking die because he's a Nazi and because he's a white supremacist and all this shit, they rev up people against him. I think that's a losing strategy.
Well, first off, Christians have been persecuted and hunted for years. Okay. It says in the Bible, the best way you can glorify God is to spread his word and to point out misconceptions and preach the gospel. Anybody harmed in his name is guaranteed a seat. It doesn't. We do have. There are places in the Bible when God tells you to strike somebody upside the head if they invading your house, they're breaking your laws. There's room for laws instead of not just making us sheeple. But you're supposed to live out of this world, not for this world. And I know that's hard for a lot of people to understand, but to have a faith in God, personally, like I do, I've had it since I was a kid. It didn't just come across me.
Me too.
And I'm a sinner. I've done some rank things in my dumbass life. And I never, and I, if he threw me in hell, I would deserve it. But he's guaranteed me that, you know, that was why he was born. That's why he went through his tribulations. But it doesn't tell us in the Bible to be sheep. We're to be men of peace. But there's a time to take up arms in the Bible.
When is that?
Absolutely.
That when you're being
when
you're being attacked and your family is in danger or your nation is in danger.
Is it not?
You know, if somebody slaps you, give him the other side of your face. But if he's coming in there to do you harm, to kill you, to persecute, you know, you have your right in the Bible to you know, strike him with the jawbone of an ass.
Yep.
You know,
Gigi, I'm going to drive her crazy for a minute, Duggars, because I agree with you. Because you know, you and Gigi know I'm not Christian. But well, now you know. But yeah, in the Bible, it actually does say to turn the other cheek doesn't mean don't fight. I mean, there's even, I can't remember, Duggars would know, where Jesus says to drop the cloak and pick up the sword.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't mean you don't have the right not to defend yourself.
I just want, so the turn the other cheek thing, I've saw a sermon on that one time, and they said and I forget which part of the world that particular event took place in, but they said in that part of the world, it was the ultimate insult to be slapped with I believe it was the left hand, because most people are, even back then, were right-handed. So if somebody were to slap you with the right hand, the ultimate act of, you know, peaceful defiance is to just turn your cheek so they can slap you with the left hand. And that's how I understood that verse was.
Exactly.
That he wasn't saying never fight back. He was just saying when it's something petty like that, you know, don't let it bother you. Because because you take away that person's power. If you're just like, oh my goodness, they slapped me, and then you turn the other cheek, and they're just like, this is the hand that is like forbidden to touch, you know, people's faces. That takes away their power, because you're just like, you're hurting me physically, but how hurt are you spiritually? So, you know, so that's what I understand.
If you don't think, if you don't think that was the devil today, you're misaligned in the spirit world. That was pure evil.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%.
That was like shooting Gandhi, dude.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. The what happened today was just pure evil. A lot of people are trying to, you know, spin it another direction. But I was just like, this isn't about, you know, right versus left or any of that stuff that, you know, goes on. This is just good versus evil. And I agree there's a time to be peaceful, and there's also a time to fight back. And like I said,
when's your time to fight back?
But I do think we're entering into that time where it's, you know, we're going to have to make some tough decisions. And I don't think we should be peaceful when, you know, people are hunting people that think differently from them, basically. When you have which to me is clearly, you know, was a choreographed, planned out assassination. Absolutely. When you have stuff like that happening, that's not the time to be peaceful, because, you know, God in the Bible, through the Old and the New Testament, ordered people to, you know, fight back and so forth. So you just have to discern, is this a moment where I need to, you know, be violent, or should I choose peace? And I don't think, you know, somebody shooting people in the throat or stabbing people on trains and whatnot, I don't think that is the time to necessarily.
No, it's a little late.
You know, and that's it, because if somebody had shot that guy on the train that did that to that girl, you know, I feel like that would have been justified. Even though it was too late, because she had been, you know, stabbed. And even if somebody had had a gun in that audience that shot Charlie today, even though he still died, if somebody had turned around and found the person that did that and shot him on the spot, this just is what.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro canceled all of his college engagements for the rest of the year.
We lost you, Jaron. Come back.
I think Jaron's battery died.
Well, I'm sorry to see her go. She was speaking truth. I think it was a red flag event. I think it was deep state actors that had this happening to him, that was like dropping a bomb on a city to shoot that man.
Yeah, truly it was.
You know what I mean? I'm not, I'm not pushing my religion on you. If Jesus will move your heart. I guarantee you, all these people with bravado going, I ain't no Jesus does like it. The last thing on their mind is, please, sweet Jesus, forgive me. I guarantee it. And now there might be some hard asses that out there that don't do that, but I couldn't think of one. But
what about me? But no, go ahead.
Oh, you're going to hell. We all know that, Miles.
I think if they never prayed before, I think that's about the time they they're going to pray, that's when they pray.
Like there are no atheists. There are no atheists in foxholes. You know what I mean? So, but
I knew there was a saying. I couldn't remember what it was.
No, I'm not. I'm not an atheist or agnostic. I'm just a Norse pagan. I have been since I was 10.
Exactly.
I understand.
But I'm married to a Christian, and our holidays are awesome. My mom was a Christian. My grandmother was Christian.
Well, you know, I mean, one of these days, you don't never know, you know, because I was a hellion boy, and then I was baptized when I was really young, really didn't understand it in the Baptist church. My parents weren't church going people, but they made sure their kids went. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I found through fellowship, you know, I loved Sundays, you know, because they'd always have that potluck and horseshoes, basketball, baseball game, whatever, and then we'd get to go watch a preacher that cried every time he gave a prayer. Every Sunday he cried. He had that much spirit in his heart, just he couldn't talk about God without tears coming down his face. And
my mom tried to give. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And he set. He set me on the course of loving Jesus and stuff like that. But I grew out of Jesus because you know how young guys are. We know everything. We bulletproof, 30 foot tall, drink more than anybody, fight anybody, didn't give a damn. You know, chased every girl that walked by with a pulse. You know, so man, it's growing older. I see where they get with that. As you get older, you get more wiser. It's because I've seen it. I've watched this. I've watched this country that these people, the deep state, has been going after us for more years than what you really think. When they shot Kennedy, it was actually before Kennedy. So just remember, these people are entrenched in, and they're not going to give up. They're not going to give a fight. They're not going to give up without a fight. You know, and Trump's got them on the ropes.
Do you mind if I ask you, Mr. D, how old are you?
I'm 65.
Okay. You're about 10 years older than I am, about 9.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah.
I see that America has become weaker because we are not religion-based. I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree that religion is a good thing for Americans. It helps center a moral compass. However, I've also seen that those who are faithful to the American, and I hate to say it, the Judeo-Christian model have become subservient and weak, and they worry about the future after they die. But in the meantime, the things that happen every day, they're not willing to go out and fucking fight against. They just kind of go, well, you know, God in the end wins, and we're all good, and, you know, we got to do the right thing. And what would Jesus do? He'd be fucking flipping over tables and beating people's asses. In my opinion, I grew up Catholic, and I grew up Christian. I went Catholic first, kindergarten through whatever grade, and then I went to born again Christian, and I just kind of saw the whole thing of just, well, we just sit and take care of it all. We put it all upon us, and we take all the punches, and we take on, we turn the other cheek, and we never do fucking anything against anything. And that has led to the downfall of this fucking country.
I
And
agree.
it pisses me off, man.
Yeah,
I'm not saying anything against you. It's just how I view the country. It's weak.
Yeah, somebody else is going to fix it. That's the mentality. I ain't got time for this. I'm too busy living my life. When they don't, and it's like stuff like Robert Kennedy. They coming out finding out they've been feeding us fucking and a lot of our medication, especially in that a lot of the vaccines, they had mercury in it, which causes autism, causes birth, bad birth, weaken our whole society, kill the sperm count on the men. It's a plan. They've been planning and doing this stuff for years, and now that and they're in their last gasp right now, and they're going to fight dirty. You don't think now. Why would that guy stab that girl? Why would that man shoot Charlie Kirk? I mean, it's
I would say that the guy stabbed the girl on the train because she was the only white girl. There was 5 other black people within that stabbing radius. He didn't do anything until the white girl sat down. Now people will say, "Oh, well, she sat in front of him and she wasn't paying attention." Neither was the person to the left of him, and the person directly to the left of him. Nobody was paying attention to him, but they were all black.
Yeah, and he said, "I got the white girl. I got the white."
Exactly. So when we start speaking the truth about things, then we start realizing what the fuck is going on around us. And that's why I say when Christians are afraid to say, we need to kill or fight or whatever these fucking evil bastards that would do shit to Charlie Kirk, who never did a fucking thing to anybody other than use his words. And we have Maxine Waters and Nancy Pelosi and fucking the Holder and all these people that say terrible shit to rev up their leftist base to do evil stuff. We're fucking fools.
Yeah, you have to fight against evil.
You have to fight. If you don't fight and you're worried about tomorrow and when you die and where you go and all this shit that you have no fucking evidence for, you're a fool.
Yeah.
Well, I know one thing. God says not to kill, but if you seriously hurt my daughter, I will kill you.
I believe you.
You come at me with a gun, I will kill you.
I believe you.
I see you. Defense. And if you hurt my daughter, I'll come hunt you.
I agree with you. My thing is, when is the religious right, going to go up against the establishment in the way that the left does and stick our fingers in their face, whether they be loaded with a gun or a Molotov cocktail, and say, you're gonna fucking change this shit because this isn't right.
I can answer that question because we believe in the law. We believe in arresting them son of a bitches and giving them their, we're Americans where everybody has due, is due in court, his time in court.
Due process.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. But
I would prefer to not have any other way myself, sir.
We would all prefer to jump on our horses, grab our ropes and our Winchesters, and go to do some hanging. But we're not living in the 1800s. We're living in.
We? Wait a minute. You said we're not living in the 1800s.
It's worse.
Are we not?
You're right.
We just watched a woman get killed on a train. We just watched a man get shot in the throat. We just watched the president get shot in the ear. We just watched Gabby Giffords. We just watched all these fucking crazy-haired, blue-haired, fucking crazy Nazi, whatever you want to call them, nutbags, doing all kinds of shit Are you sure we're not living in the 1800s?
Well, and here's the deal. It'd be
Worse.
different if they actually did something to stop these things, but you can't.
Thank you.
Because we have not set examples. If we would put a few examples out there, people wouldn't be so apt to jump up on roofs and take other people out for whatever reason. I have a feeling he was paid, but regardless, I don't think they'd be so apt to do that if we started doing some, hangings and such.
Some fucking lynchings. Tall tree, short roads.
Actually, this bullshit of doing 10 years of a trial and this and that and that ain't getting us nowhere. When you have the actual evidence and you know damn well they did it and it's literally their handprint in the blood, there's no need for a trial.
Or have them on film.
Yes, there's no need for a trial. It needs to be dealt with in a quick and proficient way.
Yeah, they need to go to the head of the line.
And after a couple of those, people would they would think differently and go, yeah, there's probably not enough money for me to.
I think they should be turned over to the kinfolk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mountain justice.
I asked the judge to do that with the guy that murdered my sister. Just let us have him. We will take care of it, and it'll cost the taxpayers nothing.
We already got a hole.
Yeah, nobody will know. Yeah, I just don't understand how much more we have to be patient.
You're right, LW.
There will be a reckoning. I promise you that.
Yeah, I have a feeling. I think people are fed up.
Well, it's going to take something to taking people to the precipice of grabbing their guns and marching in on California or something. I don't know, but this is crazy. I'm so saddened by the loss of this soul and the soul of that young lady for no reason. There's no reasoning in my brain that you can justify that kind of an act. And now that you got it on digital film, you go to the head of the line, that dude that stabbed that woman. Why is he still breathing? He has no reason to breathe anymore.
Well, it's like I said, if you've got their handprint in the victim's blood, basically, hence that's exactly what the deal was in my sister's case. His handprint was in her blood on the weapon that he smacked her in the head with. It was so obvious. Yet we had to go through a trial, and my mother and grandmother had to sit through that shit.
Yeah.
That was, but we had to do it. Oh, and then what'd we do? No, we didn't give him the death penalty, which is there in Idaho. Oh, no, we just gave him life without the possibility of parole. That was not enough.
No.
Well, let's hope he's catching hell in prison. Every day of his
He's
life.
dead now. He got to live out his life in prison.
Justice should be collateral and commensurate with the crime.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so it's just things like this that you go along and you see, and how much do you put up with before people are fed up, and I really think that the government just doesn't understand how much we're just done. We've been very peaceful, but I think I just don't know how much more peaceful we can be. I just don't see. I don't know. It's not going to get fixed if we don't set a precedent and make it known that this cannot go on. And however it is that we have to do that. I don't know what that is, because I'm no Einstein to this shit, but I do know that what we're doing ain't working.
Yep. Agreed.
And I'm sorry, but no policeman's going to save us. None of that shit's going to happen. let's be serious. Cops are there for cleanup. They're not there. There is no.
Absolutely, they're
it's
5 minutes
afterward.
away.
That's right.
A lot of shit can happen in 5 minutes.
That's right.
And you know they'll get to meet Mr. Frankenstein. That's my. I got a plastic stock with a wood slide 12 gauge that I call Frankenstein. So, but you know, I don't know, man. I just really feel that this was planned out to be a flag to take everybody's off with other stuff that's going on. You know, like squirrel. You know, they putting something else into the news. You know, because they got all these. You got all these Democrats going down now, starting to go down.
Oh yeah.
And you know, and that's their way of taking their, you know, they don't want you to know about that. They don't want you to know that it's now come out that they've been putting mercury in your COVID shot and the other flu shots and a lot of other shots that vaccines they've been given. You know, I may be wrong with that, but you know, that's allegedly.
Don't look at the other medications, Doug, or it'll scare you.
Oh, I look at all of it, dude. It doesn't. You can't scare me. I can just shake my head in wonderment, like how can a person be like that? But the insanity of it all is only known to that person and to the people that control that person. It's that ultra shit. You know, they keep them high on drugs and they get suggestion and get them to go where they want to go. You know, we lost him.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, to deteriorate the minds of American citizens.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just know that there was no reason to shoot that man.
No.
There's you know, no reason whatsoever to take that girl's life.
When I first heard that he had been shot, of course, immediately I go to my knees. But once I seen the video, I was on my knees, but it was for a completely different. I mean, it was just, I knew there was no way he was going to be saved.
He was dead before his team even got to him.
Oh yeah.
That thing passed right through the base of the stem. I mean, he was done.
Yeah, he was vegged. I got all wet-eyed when
me too.
I couldn't turn it off of it fast enough.
I couldn't. Well, I couldn't turn it off.
I didn't want to see it.
I needed to know if he was okay. At that point, I didn't know. But the minute I seen the video, I knew. I knew it was over.
We're still talking about Charlie today.
There is Shaquille.
Yeah, I know.
There is evidence of it.
Yeah. Do yourself a favor, don't watch it. That's just the saddest fucking thing.
Yeah, that one student engaged with him, and
to watching that glowing heart of a man.
Right when he picked up the microphone, and then boom.
Yeah.
That's just unbelievable.
Yep.
528 feet was the measured shot.
Yeah.
From where that shooter on the roof was last located, and they measured it was like 528 feet.
So that had to be like a wind mat. That had to be like something. I mean,
it was subsonic because you could hear the crack, and then you could hear the echo off the building behind them. And so it was one shot.
Yeah, no one's gonna make a shot.
Oh yeah, this isn't a 19-year-old kid that was on a Pennsylvania rooftop, you know, Butler, Pennsylvania. This guy was a shooter.
Nate,
he was a marksman.
There he is. Hey Nate, what's up? I just need to see it was you, honey.
You're good.
Oh yeah, which is what we were just talking about. This guy was paid to do it, guaranteed.
How are you, Nate?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, we're hanging in there. Reeling from all the stuff that's gone on today. Lord.
Hey, Nate, good to see you, man.
What's up, Nils? See you.
Nate.
Hi, Duggar.
Hey, Bubby. I'll be back.
All right, Mr. Duggar.
See, even my boy knows. He just said it. It was a hit. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it all day, and I've watched over and over and over, and I was like, this isn't just some radical pissed off person with a rifle. This was a legit hit.
Mm-hmm.
That shooter was paid. He was well trained. He knew how to get the hell out of there without being spotted.
I didn't know. Well, until like, I didn't know who it was at first. What we were talking about, like was the guy the guy was shot that was popular or something. But I didn't know who it was until I looked up his face of the image. Then I knew who he was. I had no idea.
You know, I'm kind of surprised at that, Nate. Because of who he was and you know where he sits spiritually and where you sit I just figured, and his age, and I just thought that would have been something you would have known about, especially being on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I might have seen a little clips of him, and you know, but I never known the guy though. But I am heartbroken that he's gone, but he doesn't deserve it.
No. Nor do them babies or his wife that has to now raise those babies.
Yeah, that's gonna suck. Yeah, but I would say this. I know this probably is like a hard thing to say if you're like a single mom or something. For example, like you can bring out the good times in the past and tell your kids what your father was like.
Yeah.
Or their father. That's why that's why I see it, but it's still the same thing. You have to. It's hard at the same time.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it'll definitely be a rough one. But you know the kids are pretty young, but and kids are pretty resilient, but they were there. So
I never although I all I wish I have kids in the future, but I mean I'm although that's another topic, but yeah, this is horrible news. I mean, even though like I said, I didn't know him at the time until I searched up the web, but that's pretty terrible.
yeah, definitely a hard one for I think everybody, even people that didn't know him. I think it was pretty hard for him.
Yeah. I mean, there's even some on the left that are like, "Can we just stop shooting each other, please?" Because we have a difference of opinion. So I mean, it's affecting everybody.
And you know what it's affecting? It's affecting the whole country. Like the whole country is like divided into freaking individuals. Like it's sad. I mean, it's not the country I knew when I was in, you know, well, probably you guys too, but the country I knew was like a hardworking country like that, dedicated people to work or serve the country, and now they don't really care about this country anymore. So
you remember back in the day when the worst thing that happened in the country was like the Oklahoma City bombing or 9/11?
Oh yeah,
that was it. You know, you didn't have all of the political assassinations that are going on, especially like this year, because you have some self-righteous asshole that has a difference in political views.
Yeah.
You know, and they can't handle it themselves.
I'm a Christian, so I mean, I know there's gonna be end soon, but hopefully not now. But I know my Savior is coming, but We don't know when, but it's soon.
That's what the book of Matthew says. Not even the angels in heaven know when the end will be.
Oh, yeah. Only the Father knows, only the Father knows the time, the day, and the hour.
I'm not Christian, but I've read every religious
Right. Yeah.
text on the planet. Yeah, and that reminds me of a story, Gigi. It's off topic. Every ancient culture had like a water hallowing. So Christians, it's baptism. For us, we call it watniasa, which literally means water hallowing. And normally you have it when you're a baby, just blessings from the gods, all that stuff. And plus, you were able that just in your community back in the ancient days, that means that okay, yes, you were accepted in the family, so you're able to have lands and deeds and stuff like that, and inheritance. But anyway, so my mom tried to get me baptized. She tried to do the whole baptism thing when I was a teenager, and I put bath bombs in each pocket of my shorts, of my swimming trunks. So yeah, I got kicked out of the church.
Bath bombs? What's wrong with those?
Bath bombs, you put them in there, they bubble up.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
So I went into the tub and it bubbled up, and they thought I was evil, so out the door I went. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a hell of a laugh, though. I scared everybody in the congregation.
I don't think Jesus would have, cared about that. If he would care if he. I'm not telling you to, come to Jesus, but you're open arms whenever you want. But I don't think he would care about the bath bombs thing. And I don't think he would be mad about it. I mean,
yeah, it's funny as hell from my perspective, but man, it scared the hell out of everybody in the church.
Yeah, that's weird. I think it's weird from that. I mean, I don't think it'll be a big deal, but what do I know?
Oh, you're good, Nate. Come on, puppy dog. Come on. I know you need to go outside. Ellie.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's I definitely wonder what this world's coming to. I mean, I don't wonder. Now I think we know.
Well, it's definitely coming to an end soon.
Yeah.
I mean, believe it or not.
Riots in France, Poland, Tbilisi, Georgia, their capital, over in Georgia.
I don't know if you heard, but
Ukraine, Russia, and starting shit. Poland. Yeah. Oh, did you hear that today?
No.
Poland invoked Article 6. NATO agreed.
What does that mean? They joined or the
planning for the defense of NATO countries and things like that?
Oh, okay. They were neutral, right? Poland.
No, no. Poland hates Russia. Poland's been wanting to go after Russia since the beginning of the Ukraine conflict.
No, I love that Nate pays that much attention. Good job, Nate.
I know some of it, but I just.
So that's basically it's going to be a huge mobilization of NATO assets into NATO countries, actually, specifically Poland.
But yeah, I just don't know what like. I know my channel is mostly just. Sorry. I wish people. I know some people like spreading gospel, even though most of the people are not Christian, or well, some are. So a lot of people are not Christian, but I'm not gonna force them to be Christian, but I'll still love them either way. I mean,
well,
that's exactly it.
That's very Christian of you, Nate.
Yeah.
That's
exactly how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, we caught that when we were in North Carolina. People couldn't believe it. Oh, you're not Christian? It's like we're the basis of humanity for what we did.
Yeah.
Was outside the realm of religious belief. It was people helping people the way it should be.
Yeah.
And it was the nobodies of America. It wasn't the government. It was the nobodies of America that were helping each other. Just normal American citizens. That's what saved those people during that disaster.
Good Samaritans.
I'm pretty sure that my biggest sin Like one of the biggest things that I will be judged for is me judging. I do.
Now I don't know. Well, he knows all my sins, but to be honest, I don't read the Bible that much. I should though. I admit that, and even though I still you know, my grandma, or I call memes, which is a word for grandma in French. I call I talk to Meme, and she's a Christian too, and she actually what do you call it introduced me to Jesus. I mean, I've been changed ever since she introduced me to him. I mean, sorry for going off topic, Gutter. Sorry. My bad.
You're good, Nate. Keep going.
So basically, like some points in my life, I was like, depressed and about something like, I mean, like, am I enough? Like I always say to myself, and just so I just I talk to Jesus just like I'm talking to you guys, like even though he's invisible but still here. I think that should everybody that believes or not believes, if they I'm just saying Jesus is just here for y'all. I mean, he wants to be your, I guess, first go-to first relationship. That's basically all he wants is relationship with you. And I'm trying to be with that, or trying to do like that, and talk to him personally, like, and I'm just being honest. I like talking to him in like a lot of ways, like, how's your day? I mean, that sort of thing.
Don't you think that, like, people, they may believe in something higher than them? It might not just be like exactly what you or I or someone else that is Christian or would believe.
And the thing about that is, like, they do believe there's a higher, I guess, which I think is Jesus and God, well, the Holy Trinity, and the Holy Spirit, and that means they do believe in kind of the same thing I do, but they just don't want to admit it.
Hey, did anybody see this? I'm sorry. Let me.
Yeah. What Nicholas said. Yeah, Nate, you went for a higher power.
Nicholas said, I said it 2 hours ago. The one who did it is Muslim.
Oh.
You know, it's kind of funny because I seen some pictures, Nicolo, and he does have kind of like that tendency. Oh, look, you can Google it.
Yeah, there was two
What?
pictures out earlier on X of the guy, and then a picture of the shooter from one of the students.
So they know who he is, and they believe this is the guy on the roof, from the guy on the roof.
There's a name right there. Nicolo sent it.
Oh, hold up.
That's surprising because I have nothing against Islam people or just or whatever. I might disagree with their beliefs, but I don't have anything against them.
Yeah,
You ever looked at his last post and stuff? And I'm trying to see the connection here. Oh, okay. So his last post on X on Twitter said, "If we want things to change, it's 100% necessary to politicize the senseless murder of the Iranian girl that was killed, because it was politics that allowed a savage monster with 14 years prior to be free on the streets to kill her."
I look like I have some sign.
You know, this is why everybody has to know how to protect themselves.
Right.
Because you cannot depend on somebody coming to save you.
No.
Nope.
It doesn't matter if they're just around the corner. They're not going to be there in time 9 times out of 10 to save you. You have to be ready yourself. The girl on the TriMet or on the light rail is a perfect example. You know, there's probably certain things, and I understand Trump don't like it, and, you know, Charlie probably didn't even think about it, but the whole bulletproof glass thing, it's probably a necessity. Because you're not, how else are you going to, like in a crowd like that, how else is he supposed to get to people? How, you know, you have to.
Sorry.
I just don't know how else he would have done it other than have glass that, you know, would have kept him from getting
So
shot.
the one that they identified, they say is that kid that Nicola just
right
posted, was the one that they law enforcement interrogated and then they let go.
No, that guy's name was a different name.
Was it because there was two? There was the one guy.
Yeah, there was a white guy. That was a completely different dude.
And then they got the other guy, because this is 4 hours old.
Yeah, no, I think this is a new guy. That other guy's name was something. I heard there was a Trump supporter that kept saying his name, and he's like, of that first guy, and he's like, yeah, he's crazy, but he, you know, they were arresting him for something else, I think, or there was a whole interview from, I don't remember who it was, but
let me see what the Reddit says here. FBI just said no one in custody. That was 3 hours ago. Suspect was released. So apparently this kid, I don't know how true it is, previously worked as a foreign policy research intern at the Heritage Foundation in Washington, D.C.
So they got the shooter.
Okay. No, they didn't. It's hoax propagated by 4chaners to smear Muslims.
Oh.
Yeah. The one that they're saying shot Charlie Kirk was actually the 21-year-old that was involved in the stabbing in Alberta, Canada. So it's not the same person. The shooter's still on the loose.
Hey, Baker.
What's up, Baker?
What's up, Baker?
What up, Baker? Man, all the cool kids are here tonight.
Oh.
Mr. Nate, yep, he popped over here at the pub. Check us out. Make sure we're being good. We're being good.
Not gonna lie, this is the best shirt ever made in history.
What's it say about your cock? You need to get closer. I can't read your cock, Nate.
You know how to
learn how to do this, honey. What's the bottom say? Nate's cock is magical, in case you girls were wondering.
Yeah. It makes
comes out
girls
of a hat.
disappear anytime he walks near them.
Right.
It pops out of a hat.
Yeah, funny quick story. I actually showed this to one of these 3 girls on the cruise, or South cruise I met. They were little. What was I say?
What's your mom think of that shirt, Nate?
She thought it was hilarious.
She gave birth to that magical pee-pee.
got a super good sense of humor.
I love your mom, and she found that hilarious.
Oh yeah, she's got a really good sense of humor. We've seen her on here. She's been on Fools when Nate's been on.
Yeah.
And she's
Oh my God, dude! I just want today to be over.
I know.
No, it's almost over.
You know, I just ate half a cantaloupe. It's probably the best cantaloupe in the world, and it hardly even brought me joy.
That's a bad day.
But it was so good too, and I just ate it to eat something, you know, and I don't know, man. I just about ready to give up on humanity, bro. I mean, y'all wonder why I'm up in the mountain being an introvert.
Yeah.
You know,
it's still good in this world.
I'm 2 good dogs away from total security. You know what I'm saying?
Ducker, we need Jesus right now.
They all need Jesus.
We all need
Jesus. You know what, Nate? I heard you say you love everybody. You're just like Mr. Duggar. Mr. Duggar loves everybody, and I truly do. And you know, even though I love you, sometimes I can hate you at the same time. You know, I don't wish you all that well, but we're supposed to pray for them kind of people. I think that's the most difficult thing that God wants us to do, is to pray for people that would shoot Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, it's like what we call it. Love your enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even if you don't love them, I mean,
right.
Don't shoot them.
Right. I mean, I don't hate my enemies. I'd rather not talk to them, but I still.
Oh, I got a few that I could, if it was okay, I could probably catch them on fire. But I'm not allowed to do that. Just because I want to do it doesn't mean that I can act on it.
That's
the difference.
I can see Gutters now. Yeah, bring that backhoe right over here. I need a big old right.
Get in the barn.
That's right.
Yeah. Now y'all get down in that hole when y'all fight, and the last one, I might let go.
I might.
Hey, Doug. You probably know this recipe, but because you're from the Arizona, New Mexico area where I was gonna ask, do you know the recipe called Santa Maria beans? Or
Santa Maria beans? No.
Beans.
Not really.
Not really? Okay.
I haven't heard them call. You got loud all of a sudden.
I know it. What was that all about? That's weird.
I had to turn him down, man.
It might be the fan, probably.
No, that's your mic. You're coming in loud and proud.
You coming in hot. There you go. I think I got it.
All right.
Talk, Nate. Talk.
Is that better?
No, don't auto it or it fucks it all up.
Okay. Better?
That's weird.
I'm quieter now. No.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
We good now.
First First my base got raided. Then they killed Charlie Kirk. I mean, just my whole day's been shit.
And then my computer volumed up my mic. Yeah. Santa. I'm gonna see the recipe because I think you would like them. Duggar. Santa Maria.
Sure.
What are they, chili beans?
Kind of like that, but beans. Well, it's called Puquito beans, but it's called Santa. Here, here. Ooh.
Don't get started on food. You don't get
Paquito, isn't that little beans?
Cabrito's goat, little goat.
Cabrito. Okay, I thought you said Paquito.
Yeah,
or Paquito.
Pinquito, or what we call it.
Paquito. That's little. So it's probably talking about black beans.
Oops.
Nate, what are we doing? Are you gonna make me put
Just
this?
looking at it. No, I don't want that. So basically, that's the tri-tip, by the way. These are the Paquito beans or Santa Maria beans.
Okay. Red bean.
Gigi, it's getting late. I'm going to jump down for the night.
All right, Niels. Thanks for coming up.
Oh, thank you for having me. Duggar, Nate, good to see you guys. Good to see everybody, man. And guys, keep your head up. This is not the end.
All right.
Yeah. Well, we're going to make it through it. Thanks, Niels.
Of course, love you all. Good night.
Love you, Niels. Good night.
Skull.
Skull. Yeah, he's a Viking fan. Forgot about that. Yeah, pinto beans. That's what it's called. Yeah, my bad. Wanda.
Pinto beans. Yeah. Huevos rancheros.
Pinto, like horse.
Yeah.
Spotted beans.
But just so you know, it does give you really bad gas. So
that's most beans do.
You soak them first. You soak them.
Yep.
And rinse them.
Well, that too. I think you know how to do it. I think
a tablespoon of sugar will take all the farts away.
So, where's the instructions? Okay, directions. Place the pink beans in a large container, cover with water. Let stand for 8 hours to overnight. Drain.
Do you know why you do that?
For you.
Why?
Because if you don't, they'll be real crunchy, especially in my area.
Sing it, Nate. Sing it.
And once you soak, you got to soak your beans. And then you pour the water off of them. Actually, it helps you wash your bean too.
Yeah, my grandpa, my mom's dad, lives in Tucson, Arizona, so he knows how to do that too. But yeah,
I think Baker's trolling you, Nate.
What happened?
Read the screen.
I guess so.
You guess so? No, he's not trolling, he said. Oh, I don't know. You start talking football.
You assume we try.
He's just being honest, he said.
He's being, yeah.
I like the way you slipped in football on gutters there, Baker. Good job.
Oh, yeah, he always does. Typical man. Slipping it in on the side.
Ooh. That's what she said. Let doggy let spoon.
But yeah, my team lost to Oklahoma. But yeah, that's it.
Cook the beans in tomato and water?
Absolutely. I put tomatoes in my bean with red chili.
I'm pretty sure it has
big old hunk of ham.
Yeah, it has tomatoes.
What did Shaquille say up here?
And it's some red chili.
What did you say?
What?
Rice and beans are the hot dog. Really?
No, we're not flirting,
right?
Trust me. We got this guy named Marv. He's our hero. He took one for the team with gutters. So, we none of us flirt with gutters.
No, they're too.
No.
frightening. They're
I agree
scared of
with the
me.
you part.
Even if I didn't have Marv, I think they'd be too scared of me to flirt with
Oh, I'm
me.
not scared of your ass. That's what they got duct tape for. But
Yeah, that's what you think. I'll chew my way out of there.
yeah, sure. That'd be right. I'd had double coat around that mouth for sure. Shut the
You'd be
fuck up.
amazed.
I do the half a date just to shut you the fuck up.
Yeah,
But,
Big Dog Ma said, and Marv can shoot too.
Yeah, I'll help him. But I'm just gonna tell you right now, man, it's been a really sad day. I really think it was a flag event to hide the squirrels. It's like saying squirrel, because they got a lot of things going down. And every time the Democrats start taking it on the chin, something like this happens. And and it's getting old.
Yeah.
People are dying.
Well, I don't know which side it is. I just know that people that have common sense,
yeah,
I know they're not okay with this, and I think they need to be like more so not okay with this. Like I've never really been one to say, "Yep, let's go," stand wherever or do whatever. I mean, at this point, it may, that may not be what it is, but at this point, we got to do something. We can't keep letting this kind of stuff go on. We just cannot.
Bring back the guillotine.
Well, I think it really does come down to everybody being able to protect themselves. I don't care what state you live in. I don't care what city, what town. I think that everybody should be able to feel protected.
Yeah.
I love them guys that are anti-gun. I look at them when they got robbed and go, "What did you give them a good talking to? When they robbed you at gunpoint or knife point, did you give them a good talking to?"
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well, Shaquille, that was the whole idea. He said they want to ban guns, but they use a gun to do it. Well, that's why they do that, so that they can go, "Oh, look, see, the big bad gun did it again."
Why is this so blurry? What the hell? Sometimes I don't like this camera. Sometimes it just makes it blurry.
There, now it's back. Mishka, I did look at it. Thank you very much, and I will definitely be.
Yeah, right. You're gonna yawn, man. How long you been going there, Gutters?
2 hours and 41 minutes. I was actually getting ready to round her up and close her down. I figured I'd just come up for a couple hours and let everybody kind of blow off some frustration and steam, and I feel like we got it handled.
Well, I would like, if you don't mind, I'd like to say a prayer.
Yep, you are more than welcome to.
All right. Thank you so much. Dear Heavenly Father, for everything you've given us. Please be with everybody who can't wrap their head around today's world. We know that you are here for us, Lord, and we know right from wrong, and how people could go that wrong is beyond our human thinking. I don't know whether it's a plan or what. I would just ask that you would console the people of Mr. Kirk's family and gather Kirk up in your arms and welcome him home. And I pray that people will, in leadership, be wiser and more understanding of the common man. And I hope and pray, Lord, that justice will come one day for all those who do stuff like this. And I pray that you bless everybody that come on this show tonight and everybody that was in chat. And for the families of the Mr. Kirk's family, please just y'all say prayers for them, Lord, and gather them up. And in Jesus' name, I gotta say thank you. Amen.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I can't wrap I can't even talk right now. I can't wrap my head around it.
Douglas, she almost.
It was so senseless. It was so senseless.
Yeah, she almost. Sorry.
And they did it on live TV to make a point.
Yeah.
You know, Doug, you could be a good, what do you call it, storyteller that makes people fall asleep.
I don't know, man.
I know.
I just, you know, like I say, everybody's got to wrap their head around it some way. I don't.
Right.
The way I wrap my head around it is that, you know, he's gone home, you know, and who, I don't know how we question it, but I think we do need to answer. You know, God give us instructions for this world. He didn't say he was going to come live it for us.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, we just got to help each other out.
Right.
When, you know, everybody I think's my brother and my sister. Thank you, Baker. And I, you know, it just hurts my soul because maybe there's somebody out there that'll hurt my daughter trying to hurt somebody else. You know,
yeah.
And I pray for everybody tonight, and I hope y'all find some understanding on it or some easement about it. Gutters, thank you for your platform. And I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here so you can cut out. People in chat, love you. Mr. Duggar loves everybody. Y'all take care of you little bitty selves.
Thank you, Mr. Duggar.
See you, Duggars.
Thank you for coming up.
Bye. Well,
Nate?
Well, I almost fell, no offense to Mr. Duggar, I fell asleep while I was doing prayer. But I did like his prayer, though. I love this prayer. But yeah, I felt that too. And I hope what's the family's his family's called? The one got
the Kirks.
Yeah, Kirks. Yeah, sorry. I hope Kirk's family, the Kirks, you know, thrive on, but you know, move on by honoring their, I guess, how do I say this? Their the father of the Kirks. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they will, you know, hopefully move on, but they will never ever forget the father of the Kirks. So I bless them bless them in Jesus' name. Watch over them, but yeah, thanks for letting me on.
Thanks for coming up, Nick.
Yep, see ya. Love you.
Nate. Good night. Love you, Nate. All right, everybody. I'm glad y'all came in and talked with us and hung out, and yeah, I know. But I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that, Jora. No way. So, thank y'all. Just hold your loved ones really tight. And take care.
News bulletin. Step right up, got tickets on sale. In today's episode, trains coming off the rails. Watch it all burn from the screen on your phone. But don't you worry about it, you're safe at home. Every talking head will tell you everything's fine. It's the blind leading the blind. Yeah, it's a circus out here, we're wobbling on a wire. There's a lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lady with a beard, clowns juggling fire. Elephants and donkeys got us jumping through hoops. Y'all wish that I was lying, but you know that is the truth. Get your popcorn